His last book, 1917, Episode 4, The Dying Detective. Welcome back, fellow detectives. After Holmes navigated international espionage to recover stolen submarine plans, you've seen his brilliant mind solve problems that baffle governments. But today's case asks, what if that brilliant mind becomes the victim? What if the great detective contracts a deadly disease and lies dying, helpless and delirious? Have you ever watched someone you care about deteriorate before your eyes? Prepare for one of the most emotionally intense cases where Watson must endure watching his best friend apparently approach death, not knowing he's witnessing Holmes's greatest performance. Picture 221B Baker Street in late 1887. Watson has been away 3 days visiting a patient, returning, expecting the usual warm welcome. Instead, Mrs. Hudson is distraught at the stairs. "Dr. Watson, thank heavens! Shh, it's Mr. Holmes, desperately ill. He's been in his room 3 days, won't eat, won't let me call a doctor, just lies there growing weaker." Watson feels his blood run cold. Holmes, dying? He rushes upstairs to find a scene that shocks him to his core. The room is dark, curtains drawn, air thick and stifling. On the bed lies Holmes, or what appears to be a shadow of Holmes. His face is gaunt and flushed with fever, eyes unnaturally bright, breathing shallow and labored. He looks like he's lost 20 pounds in 3 days. "Holmes!" Watson cries, rushing to the bedside, but his friend flinches away. "Don't touch me, Watson! For God's sake, don't! It's contagious. Highly contagious. You mustn't come near, or you'll contract it too." Think about Watson's horror. His closest friend, whose brilliance seemed to make him invincible, lying helpless and apparently dying. For someone of Watson's medical background, the inability to help a patient, especially this patient, would be particularly agonizing. "What is it?" Watson demands. "Let me examine you properly. I'm a doctor. I know how to protect myself." But Holmes shakes his head weakly. "No doctor, no examination. I know what I have. Tapanuli fever from Sumatra. There's no cure, no treatment. I'm dying, and there's nothing you or any doctor can do." Watson has never heard of Tapanuli fever, which triggers his medical skepticism. "Holmes, I need to examine you. Describe your symptoms. When did this start?" Holmes's voice is barely a whisper. 3 days ago, a case involving a sailor from Sumatra. I examined materials from his sea chest. I must have been infected then. The fever burns through me. I see things crawling on walls. My mind is dissolving into chaos. Can you detect anything strange about Holmes's symptoms? Watson, in his distress, doesn't notice inconsistencies yet. The specificity of Tapanuli fever, the dramatic description of mental dissolution, the theatrical quality, all slightly off for genuine tropical disease. Watson tries to approach with medical supplies. "At the very least, let me make you comfortable. Water, food. You need nourishment to fight this." But Holmes becomes agitated. "No, nothing. Food and drink make it worse. The fever feeds on them. Promise me. No doctors, no medicine, nothing. Just let me die in peace." This refusal is strange enough that even Watson's emotional distress can't obscure his professional concern. What disease improves by starvation? But before he can voice questions, Holmes grabs his wrist with surprising strength. "Promise me, Watson, no doctors. Give me your word." Watson, torn between medical judgment and loyalty, reluctantly promises, "I'll respect your wishes for now, but Holmes, I can't simply watch you die." Holmes releases his wrist. "There is one thing, one man who might help. Culverton Smith. He lives at 13 Lower Burke Street. He's not a medical doctor, but a planter who spent years in Sumatra. He knows more about tropical diseases than any English physician. Here's where you should start suspecting. A specific name, precise address given by a man supposedly delirious with fever. Holmes's mind seems remarkably clear when providing crucial information, but Watson, desperate, doesn't notice this discrepancy. "But Watson," Holmes adds urgently, "you must not tell him you're coming on my behalf. Say you've heard of his expertise, want to consult about a case. If he knows it's me, he might refuse. And Watson, you must go now. I don't have much time." Watson rushes to Lower Burke Street and finds Culverton Smith, a large, imposing man with calculating eyes. There's something immediately